Hola, compadres, and welcome back to another episode of Discussing Nothing. This is the show where we discuss many points, more often than not, meaning nothing. I am Ross. I will be today's host. I'm joined by the fearsome
Aalyn.
Aalyn. And the destructive
Emma.
And today, once again, I just enjoy power. I am the Prime Minister. How have you been enjoying my ruling over this great nation recently?
I was disappointed by your decision to not make road rage illegal.
Well, we found out recently that Alex actually, controversy, Alex takes part in road rage. He's partial to it, so if anything, I feel vindicated in abolishing democracy.
Hey.
Like, we're also joined by Tristan, by the way, who's currently off screen.
Hey.
Here. That's all he'll say. Emma, are you enjoying my current rule as Prime Minister?
I have to say, I wasn't sure of your decision at first, but I'm also quite partial to road rage, and so I can see your thinking behind that ruling.
We all know.
Yeah.
But today, as should democracy be, I will be consulting content creators once again to decide what laws should be abolished. And yeah, we're going to do that again. So who should I start with? We did alphabetical order last time. A for Aalyn. Aalyn, what would you like me, your ruler, Prime Minister, to outlaw?
I would like you to outlaw TVs in restaurants and pubs.
Why would you like me to outlaw that? What do you not like about that?
Because I hate them, and I think that it's rude to watch TV when you're having a meal with someone. So firstly, it's rude. Secondly, it's potentially dangerous because you might choke on your food. You might be looking up and be so shocked at what you see that you just...
If it's like a really good movie.
Yeah.
Like...
No, well, sports, if you're like getting really... Or
Look, I'm your father.
You might be like on the way to the bathroom and you trip because you're looking at the screen and you're so distracted. Or violence with sports in bars and pubs is a thing, which
That's
wouldn't be if there was no TVs there.
They shouldn't be agreeing.
Sorry. So yeah, stupid Aalyn.
Interesting. I've never thought of the safety violations with TVs.
Many safety violations, but also just rudeness in general.
That's interesting. We'll come back to that. Emma, what do you wish to outlaw?
Well, I would wish to outlaw winter after Christmas and New Year.
Oh, so just
it shouldn't be a thing.
Happy New Year. We're into spring.
Maybe give it like a week of just enjoying, like recovering from the festivities. But then I think it just needs to go away.
Just needs to go.
Yeah.
Where would we put it?
Well, it would just nature would take its course and it would just adjust itself because there's nothing exciting after Christmas and New Year with winter.
Intriguing.
The novelty just wears off at that point.
Aalyn, I would argue you're quite partial to a winter.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue you frequent winters.
Yes.
What do you say to this?
I would say that snow is magical and it only happens in winter.
But snow is magical for about 5 days and then it turns to grey mush that just becomes an inconvenience and ice is over. And then it's just like the magic wears off.
But you can't wear winter clothes.
That's part of the issue for me. I can't dress myself in winter. And I just think
the gloves.
Does
and
your
the,
body
the
stop working? Do you
scarves
just can't dress yourself due to the winter conditions?
I just don't have the clothing, and I think if winter just wasn't a thing, I wouldn't have this issue.
But you're wearing a winter jumper right now.
This is one of maybe like two.
Oh my!
It's just,
so you're constantly flip flopping between jumpers.
Yeah, and it's just not fun. I don't like having to think too much into the layers.
Would you not say that the build up, like that long slog of winter, January, February. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you not say that helps you garner more of an appreciation for when spring comes around?
No, because you've already had a solid 2 or 3 months of cold before Christmas. That by the time it's over, it's like the sun just needs to come back.
October is cold?
It can be.
I'd say it's autumnal.
Well, I like autumn.
Autumn? Everybody loves autumn.
I like autumn. But by the time you get to Halloween, it's then really cold, and Christmas and New Year, exciting. So that would lead up. Exciting, enjoyable. After that, there's nothing about winter that's fun.
Tristan, off screen, what are your thoughts on January and February? That winter slog.
Well, my thoughts in general are that's not a matter of law.
I was waiting for us to get to this point.
This was the point I was afraid
the Prime
of.
Minister couldn't tell months not to exist anymore.
I think
months can still
you
exist.
underestimate
We
the
just-
power of my rule.
Maybe I
Do we just start wearing shorts and t-shirts?
Maybe do we just not acknowledge that winter is
Yeah.
there? Maybe we just blindly ignore the conditions and just mentally
Or
pretend
just
that it's
every
summer.
building is so heated
Oh,
that
yeah.
you just...
There's not.
It then radiates
Have to,
outside,
like-
and
Energy.
nature will catch up.
think of a polar bears. They're having a hard time anyway.
Yeah, but think of me, Tristan. I'm cold 99% of the time, and I'm fed up.
Maybe we should just get you gloves.
They don't do anything.
Oh, you should outlaw gloves.
True.
Now-
Well, outlaw winter clothing in general, because winter won't be a thing.
Interesting. Back to your point. I kind of understand it in the sense of maybe having a meal, but what about sports bars?
I also think sports bars. But if you get rid of the TVs, then there won't be a sports bar.
Would you not argue
So
that
that's
a
a
cinema
bonus.
is just a very large TV? Like, because you eat while you're at the cinema,
Okay, but...
and you're a big frequenter of the cinema.
No, that's not the same
Is
thing.
that the same thing?
Because in the cinema, you're like going to watch the movie. I go to the cinema by myself because it's not social. Whereas a meal, if you're going for a meal, it is social.
But sometimes I go to the pub specifically to watch the match with the lads.
Right.
But then if it was illegal, you just couldn't do it. You'd have no choice.
Well, yeah,
I
you
feel like
can
you're
just
advocating
Sorry,
far too
no.
much for her.
Get rid of winter.
You can just
Get rid of
go
winter.
Get rid of
to
winter.
your house and watch it. Why can't you just watch it at home?
Because
I don't watch sports.
I want to watch it. I want to be sat there with a glass of bitter with the lads, having a rambunctious time going, oh, tackle, referee.
But does it never get like tense if like there's people from another team and there's like a rivalry?
Maybe I like that. Maybe I like a bit of that. Ooh, could we?
But you have to agree that it does sometimes get violent.
I would argue.
with you.
I would argue I've never
Not with
ever
you,
been
but
in a
I mean,
pub
it
scuffle
happens.
over a broadcasted match
Makes for good entertainment from afar.
from a farm. What do you think of TVs in pubs and restaurants?
I think they're great.
Oh, and why do you think they're great?
They offer a bit of entertainment. And like you said, it's a good bonding experience.
What do you think of the health and safety risks with a TV in a pub?
I think that's more of a personal problem than if you can't walk around a restaurant and like just, you may as well say that that's a health and safety hazard at home. Do you walk around your house and trip over things because the TV's on?
Or do you turn the TV off when you're about to walk somewhere just in case of an accident?
I usually do pause it, yeah.
But is that because of the safety or because you're going to miss what you're watching?
No, it's usually because I'm going to miss it.
See?
Tristan, you're a big fan of the match with the lads. Do you often go to the pub to watch them?
I do often.
Often. What do you think of that?
I think, much like your point about going to a cinema to watch something, it is very possible to go to a pub to watch something. I agree. Like if you were like, I don't know, on a date or something and they were just not paying attention and were watching the TV, that would be rude. But in lots of cases, it's not rude. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think I might be onto a winner here.
Well,
least in the audience.
having heard from both sides, I've enjoyed our discussion, Ross and the gals and Tristan. Having heard from both sides, Aalyn, I feel what let you down was you weren't. If you harnessed in more on dinner, like at a restaurant, like you were too vague. It seems like you just wish to abolish TVs that weren't in your own home. You don't like sports. Well, maybe if you channeled in on that and we'd heard your passion for the sports.
Yeah.
Well, for not liking sports, maybe I would have voted for that. And I'm gonna say it's gonna be really difficult, but I'm going to abolish winter from January. January to February.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm buzzing.
Buzzing.
Is it as of like next week?
Oh, 100% summer, baby.
Great.
But yeah, thank you very much for listening to Discussing Nothing. We've been Aalyn, Ross and Emma, and Tristan from afar. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.